I did my top 5 curl creams. Now it's time to do the top 5 gels. And gels, like curl creams, are a product that I really cannot live without. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you will know that I really love a gel and I really love a good hard hold gel. Because of my coarse, thick hair, it just works the best. If you're new here, hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a licensed hairstylist with over 20 years of experience. And on this channel, I use those 20 years of experience to help you have healthy, happy hair. So as I was just talking about with gels, I'm going to cover my top 5 gels. And this is only a up to now because I am constantly trying products and do plan to keep trying products and trying new things. So it's entirely possible that what I list here will stay the same, but more than likely I may find something else that I absolutely love. I am working on trying more affordable brands. After, being licensed for as long as I have, basically ever since 1994, that's when I got my cosmetology license, I have been using mostly professional, well, not mostly, I have been using all professional salon quality products. And so now I've been branching out and trying different things. I think that these top 5s, or maybe I'll even expand it out to a top 10, are going to be kind of a series that I do every so often on my channel, maybe once a year or a couple of times a year, as I try new things and as my opinions change or whatever. If I find something that completely blows everything else away and I feel like I need to update this, then I definitely will. Plus it'll be a good way to kind of keep track to see if my favorites remain my favorites. And on that note, I'm going to start with, and these are in no particular order of least to most favorite. They're just because I can't pick a favorite in this. Like I can't do it. I'm just going to start with the one that I have been using on and off since 1994 in cosmetology school, and that is the Biolage Jelly or Jelly. It's got the little accent. I'm not sure how you say it. I've never known how you are supposed to be saying that. Like I said, this gel has been with me since cosmetology school. It was probably one of the first professional quality products that I ever tried when I was in cosmetology school. And as you can see here, it's a level 3 as far as hold factor, and it says that it's an all-purpose gel. I definitely would agree with that. I've used this to straighten my hair. I use this to wear it curly. I can use this on fine hair. I have coarse hair. This is such a good multi-purpose gel. It's liquidy, which I love because it's really easy to distribute. It's really easy to get, the correct amount that you need. If you have finer hair, you use a little less. If you have coarser hair, you can use a little bit more if necessary. And I don't find this to weigh it down. In fact, I have 3 here that are liquidy gels that I don't feel like are too heavy for fine hair because of the nature of how liquidy they are. So this is just such a good all-arounder, and it's a good quality product and multiple years of use for me for multiple different purposes. It's still a really good one. I happen to really love liquidy gels for how I style my hair. So yeah, so I'm only mentioning this first just because it's literally been with me forever. I can't not mention it first. It's got to go first. And then on the subject of liquidy gels, I have 2 of them here. I have the WeDo Vital Curl, and this one has more gone. This is my favorite of the 2, but I do really like both. They are both more firm hold. They do leave a cast. Same thing with Biolage, it leaves a cast as well. I don't mind a cast. If you don't like a cast, you may not like these gels, but I happen to love them. The way that I style my hair, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I typically define my hair with a brush with a curl cream in it, and then afterwards I go over it with a gel and just kind of smooth the gel in and then lightly cup it into my ends just to coat it. And I find that liquidy gels do that so much better than a more viscous or thick type gel because these distribute so easily and don't disturb the curl definition and clumps that you've created as you're doing it, just because they are super liquidy and just slide and glide right over the top of everything, but still coat so evenly and so well. And that's really why I like more liquidy kind of gels. So I really like both of these. And like I said, this is the one that I use the most and it is my favorite. This is also a very good one, a good firm hold. It is the Advanced Climate Control Heat and Humidity Gel. Some people rave about this in the heat and humidity. Some people do not like it. I believe it has some glycerin in it. I can't remember. And yep, there's glycerin. But there's also some form-filming proteins in there. And then also, I believe, I don't know, the writing is really small and I need reading glasses, but I refuse to get them because I'm in denial. But I believe that there may be some silicones in here as well, which doesn't bother me at all because you really can't beat a silicone for putting up a barrier between the humidity and your hair. And I don't have an issue with this one, even with the glycerin in the dry climate that I'm in. And it does get really dry here in Colorado. I am at altitude and we just don't get a whole lot of moisture whatsoever. So I really don't have any issues with it. And I haven't tested it out in humid climate, but the next time I head to Wisconsin in the summertime to visit family, I will most definitely bring this plus the heat and humidity, the climate control curl cream. See, I'm pointing over there because this is where like all of my products are. I have a whole closet over here full of them. I would definitely bring both of those with me, and I have a feeling based on the performance that I get here that they would do just fine in the humidity there as well because of the firm hold, because of some of the other ingredients in here to help counteract some of the effects of the glycerin, and because I use a serum that has silicones in it, which does, like I said, help to coat the hair and keep a barrier between the hair and the humidity. And I am not one who thinks that silicones are bad because I know that they're not. So I like my silicones because of the frizz fighting and barrier and all of that. Like I like how it seals everything in. So because of that, I would absolutely take this and the curl cream with me to Wisconsin. The next time I do, I will bring them with. I will also probably record that, use it out there and record that for you and let you know how that goes. I just don't know when I'm going to get out there again. I don't get out there a whole lot. It might be a little while before I head back to Wisconsin. So I would definitely trust this in Wisconsin with the humidity. This is my absolute favorite from WeDo altogether, but I do like both. They're both very firm holding. They help combat the frizz. They create the cast, which I love because that helps my hair survive the diffusing process without it getting super frizzy. So, and then also because I like to wash my hair later in the evening, leave the cast in and sleep on the cast. These are perfect for that as well. But like I said, if you do not like a cast, you probably won't like these. They do leave a cast, but I love it. So that was a cheat because I decided to do 2-in-1 right there because they're the same brand and I love them a lot. So I cheated. I'm not really good at just picking 5. But I didn't want to do 10 and have it be like ridiculous. So I don't know. But anyway, speaking of hard casts, we're going to talk about the in-shower style fixer. Now this one confounded me. I'm not going to lie. This one gave me some trouble, even though I absolutely loved it from the first time I tried it. It is Extreme Hold, which is music to my ears. I love a good hard hold gel, and Extreme Hold is just, oh, I love it. The problems that I had with this is because of how thick it is. It doesn't work with my typical application technique, like what I was just talking about with the more liquidy gels. You can't just run it over your nicely defined and clumped hair after you've brush styled it like what I typically do. This last time when I used this, which is what I have on my hair now, I washed my hair last night, and instead of using the brush to define and clump my hair and then putting this on last, I put in the curl cream and brushed it through just to distribute it. Then I put on this and defined it with this in there, and I used a lot less, and I made sure my hair was very wet, and I am so much happier with the results. It actually gave me less of a cast, so if you don't like this because of the cast, try doing it that way and using significantly less and lots of water. You still get really great hold, and it held throughout the night. I did still have somewhat of a cast, and I slept with that cast in, and then when I woke up this morning, there was little to no cast left. Didn't have hardly any scrunching to do to get it to look good, and my hair is looking pretty good. There's a little bit of frizz kind of developing that happens throughout the day. Like it's a little bit later in the day right now, and I tend to flip my hair back and forth, so I cause my own frizz and I can't really complain. Yes, this is such a good gel. It is a good hard hold gel. It really, every time that I've used this, even though I didn't like that I had some spots that felt really producty and other spots that felt really good and other spots that felt like I didn't like how it distributed the way that I was doing it before. And now that I found a way that I do like the way that it distributes. So even with the way that I did it before, I still really, really loved the hold that this gave me. And I got such good hair even on day 3 and day 4. Like it's amazing the hair that I get and how long I can go and have it still look really good. And I don't have to refresh at all when I use this on day 2, day 3, and even day 4. It still looked so good that basically all I needed to do was hit it with a little bit of steam and I was good to go. So I love that about this. I cannot say enough good things about this. Do I think this would be good for fine hair? Probably not. Probably not. It's a little bit much. Even with using the technique that I just did and using significantly less, it may not be the best for fine hair that is easily weighed down. Now, if you have fine hair that's high porosity or damaged, that kind of thing, really dry, high porosity hair can handle a little bit more. And this is a moisture recipe, so your hair might really like this because of the moisture. Plus, this extra hold could help you deal with the frizz that you get when your hair has been damaged, especially bleach damaged. This could definitely help with that. So really good, cannot say enough good things about it. So now, before I was mentioning about trying more affordable gels, and this is the one that I have in the group that is at an affordable price. I can't say that it's my most favorite, and when you look on here, it has what it calls a flexible firm hold, and it is a number 3 on their scale. And I used this with the curl cream and the mousse all together, and it still didn't give me quite the level of hold that I really prefer. It wasn't bad. It did hold relatively well, just not as well as what I would like. The thing that I liked about these products that I noticed was that my hair felt really light and fluffy, and I had a lot of volume, and my hair hardly ever feels light and fluffy. It is just heavy hair just by nature. Even when it doesn't have anything in it, it feels pretty heavy. And these products made my hair feel light and fluffy. And so I think this is something that if you have fine hair, it's a gel that you could potentially use on your hair. Maybe be a little bit careful about how much you use. If you have super baby fine hair that's really low density and weighs down very easily, maybe not the best for you to use, but otherwise, if it's not that extreme, you could still potentially use this if you have fine hair. But this is a decent gel for the price point. I don't know how well it works on its own. I haven't tried it on its own because it did take all 3 of them to give me the hold that was still not quite what I have liked. I have a feeling this wouldn't be enough hold for me, but it may be enough hold for you if you like a softer hold. And I know that all 3 of the products together didn't give me a whole lot of a crunch or a cast. So, and I think it was the mousse that actually gave me the cast, not this. So if you don't like a cast and you like a softer hold and you're looking for a more affordable option, this would be a good option for you. So now one that's kind of in mid-price range is going to be the curls. And this is the Blueberry Bliss Curl Control Jelly. This one has some protein in it, which I really like. I mixed it with their creme brulee, and that was a curl cream that I really liked. It didn't make it into my top 5 curl creams, not because it's not a good curl cream, just that I had others that I liked better. And honestly, I could have you'd have to stop me. I have to stop somewhere because I would just throw them all in there. I love curl creams. But so I really like the Blueberry Bliss. I think this is great for protein, and these are some other products that were also lighter weight on my hair, even with the leave-in, the Blueberry Bliss leave-in, the creme brulee curl cream, and this, my hair still felt really light and fluffy, but yet it was defined, and I had decent hold, and this lasted fairly well. So this could be a good option for you if you're looking for something that's mid-price range, you need some protein in your hair, and it does have good, decent hold. And I don't remember it having a super hard cast. It had a little bit of a cast. Yeah, I can't really remember. I don't think it was a hard cast, but there was a little bit of a cast. Nothing too bad. But this is another really good option. And like I said, because it did leave my hair feeling lighter and fluffier, you could potentially use this if you have finer hair than what I do. I think it would also be great on hair that is high porosity because of the protein, and there's some moisture in here as well. So this is another really good option that is easy to find at Target and is a mid-range. Now, these next two I'm going to talk about kind of together, even though they're not even from the same brand, because I feel like that they're fairly similar. Now, this one I think has a lot more hold to it than this one. This one has protein, and if I remember correctly, this one has no protein. So it kind of depends on which one you need. If you need more protein, if your hair can't handle a lot of protein, this is a good one. And this one says it's a light hold gel. However, this is not light hold. This held for me really, really well for a light hold gel. I was extremely impressed. And I did use this with the curl cream. I do like it with the Rizzo's curl cream. The curl cream is really good. That's another one that I didn't include in my top 5 curl creams, not because I didn't like it, just because I had others that I liked a lot better, but it is really good and it does work really well with this one. It's a curl cream that has some hold to it. So that combined with this light hold gave me some really good hold, but even on its own, I can tell, like I didn't use this one on its own, but just because of the hold that I got from it, this is not a light hold gel. This is more than a light hold, but it left my hair so light and fluffy. So this is going to be good for anything from fine to coarse, high density, low density. It's just, this is going to be another good all-arounder. It's not going to weigh your hair down. It's going to give you some volume. It's going to give you some hold. There's a very small cast to it. And then the other thing that I like with this is that throughout the drying process, if you feel like you need more product, you can put more product in and it doesn't feel like you have a ton of product in your hair when you're doing that. So this is really great for that. This one also says light hold, and this one definitely truly is light hold. This has a cast to it. It's not much of a cast. It is actually not enough of a hold for me personally. What I like to do with this one is I do use it with the Clump and Define cream from Bounce Curl as well. And I apply the cream and then I apply the gel and then I define my hair after I have both the cream and the gel in, like what I was just describing with the in-shower style fixer. Because I love the protein that's in this. I love the moisturizer, I like the moisturizing properties that are in the Clump and Define cream. The two together are just great. There's just not enough hold between the two for my hair. So then after I've defined with these two products in my hair, then I take my Aquage working spray and I spray that in my hair just before I diffuse, and it is perfect. I have bouncy, fluffy, light, airy, defined curls that I love. So this is a really good gel, and if you have finer hair or you don't like as much hold, you like a lighter hold, you want something that's fluffy, kind of soft to the touch, this could be an option for you. Some people find that their hair feels a little dry with this. I did not. I did use a lot of moisturizing products leading up to that. And, you know, I used like a really moisturizing conditioner, a really moisturizing leave-in to kind of offset all the protein in there, because it can be a bit much, especially if your hair doesn't really do well with a lot of protein. But if your hair really loves protein, you're probably going to love this. And it does, like it says, it really does give bouncy curls. And so I really like it for that. Now for kind of a runner-up or a wild card, because I mean, it's called a curling custard, but it's like this, you know, it's this. But I love it. It's kinky curly curling custard. I mean, obviously I love it because look how much is gone. And considering the amount of products that I have and the fact that I spend so much time trying different products for my channel, I mean, that's kind of saying something. I love this stuff. And again, with this, I do the same thing that I do with the in-shower style fixer. I put in my curl cream, then I put this in, and then I define with this in there. I don't put it in after. Because as you can see, it is really thick, but I love it because I love what it does for my hair. I like how it really holds so well, and the cast is amazing. Some people don't like the cast, and that's why they really don't like this. I love it. If you like a good hard cast that like takes you 500 years to scrunch out of your hair, you're gonna love this. I love that because it holds up to the diffusing process so well because of the cast, and then my curls stay nice and defined and just, yeah. And I mix this with, I keep trying this with multiple different curl creams. I do really like it with the AG Recoil, but I think I've also tried it with the Verb, which I really like because that helps give me a little bit more volume since the Verb is formulated more for volume. I really just like playing around with this with different curl creams. This doesn't have any protein, I don't think. Yeah, there's no protein in this. So mixing this in with something like maybe even putting it in with this because of how hydrating this is, might work really well. I don't know. I just have so much fun playing around with this. I haven't used it in a little bit because I do, like I said, try so many different products for the channel, but I absolutely love it. I love the hard cast. I love how long this makes my hair last from, you know, my wash day. I get to day 3, day 4 without having to refresh or feeling like I need to refresh, and it looks really good. So I can't say enough about this. The one downside that I have, and some people like this, it smells like cake, like a vanilla cake. It smells like a baked good. It smells good. The problem is it is so strong that this is literally the only thing that I can smell. Like every time I move my head or even just sit there, it gets to be a little bit much. By the time I get to my wash day, I can't wait to wash it out just because of how strong the smell is. And I like scented products, but this is a little too much. Like I don't mind when I'm moving my head around and I catch like a small waft of whatever product is on my hair, but to be constantly bombarded with it and only be able to smell my hair, that I'm not a fan of. But otherwise, I like everything else about it. The moisturizing, the hold, the cast, all of it. I love it. This is a good one. I cheated again. That was more than 5. I had a tie and a couple of runners up and a wild card. So was that cheating? Probably. Anyway, so these are my top 5-ish gels that I'm currently loving. So if you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're at it so you know when I upload. If there's anything that you'd like to see, any questions that you have, or you just want to say hi, please go ahead and leave me a comment down below in my comment section. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye.